All right. Oh, and we're live. All right.
Hey.
Three, two, one. Hey guys, this is your old pal Cube the Third, and welcome to Otaku Midnight Second Season, Episode 14. As always, my host.
We have as many episodes as the first season of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yay! We
Ben
did it.
Faulkner.
Kevin. Yes, as always, Kevin Faulkner, pink, part of the Pink Hair Squad.
Ayo.
So yeah, it's been a little bit. So all right. First off, I want to say thank you to the people that have like listened to our Kira Vincent Davis interview. If you haven't listened to that already, that is on the Otaku Midnight SoundCloud. So we worked really hard on it, and it turns we got some really good feedback on it, and we're going to be doing more interviews in the future. I have an interview that I'm going to be. I'm actually in the works of trying to get a hold of some people for the next interview we're going to be doing. This time I'm going to be interviewing a game dev. I'm going to be revealing who that person is in due time. But for right now, all I'm going to say is, I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and as always, and that's basically about it.
Yeah.
Like always,
Kira.
Kevin.
Yeah. Kira
Kevin,
was an Kira was an absolute gem to work with throughout that entire interview. And
yes, he was. Yes, she was.
hey, I'm kidding. But
Yeah, sorry.
no worries, no worries. Pronoun trouble. But uh, but
I'm
yeah, Kira
pronoun
was an absolute.
lexic, so
Yeah, Kira was an absolute gem to work with, and we all had a great time. Myriad technical problems notwithstanding, but please do give it a listen. I think it turned out really well.
yeah, yeah, definitely. We definitely really try. Yeah, with all the technical trouble aside, we used an alternate setup. We're using the same setup like we're using right now to like record the show right now. So, and looks like I'm just probably just gonna use two computers from now on. I can see why Anubis, uses that setup to like when things go awry, basically.
Yeah, whoops. All right. Well, what's first on the so-called chopping block?
I guess let's talk about some news real quick.
Oh, what you gonna bring up?
I know I know for you, I know you're pretty pumped about this. I'll let you. Apparently, a new Killing Joke trailer came out, so I'll
Oh
talk about that.
yes. As everyone is probably aware, or at least I hope you are, um, DC Comics is, or sorry, DC Animation, my bad, are currently in the process of creating an animated movie version of Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, which is a 1988 Batman comic that is highly influential in the series.
Uh-huh.
The basic story of The Killing Joke is that the Joker, fed up with Batman and his goody two shoesness, uh, decides to prove to Batman that the two of them are not so different and that all it takes is one really bad day to turn a man into an insane lunatic, to just break a man. So, to prove that to Batman, he decides to antagonize and pretty much torture the Gordon family, both Barbara and the commissioner James, and Batman has to reason as much with a lunatic as he possibly can.
Yeah,
Uh, this is actually it's actually a very as I said, it's very influential, but the way in which it is influential is what I'm going to talk about today. Um, Specifically, the main reason why this is so influential is that it is pretty much used as a modern Bible for the Joker. His characterization and his backstory are very much people very much look to Killing Joke as sort of the template for creating their own Joker in a lot of cases.
and I
Um,
And I'm also aware it's also under a bunch of controversy too from.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that in due time. But excellent example is actually when The Dark Knight was being filmed by Christopher Nolan, and Christopher Nolan uh, gave reportedly gave Heath Ledger a copy of The Killing Joke and said, more or less, treat this like your Bible, study it. This is your character. And I think we all know what happened regarding Heath Ledger, and we're not going to get into that.
Yeah,
But
which.
it shows how powerful a character the Joker is, uh, and how utterly twisted he is.
Hmm.
But and this entire comic just goes all out in showcasing exactly in what ways this man is completely off his rocker. Uh, it's also this movie is actually very much notable for being the very first R-rated animated Batman movie. Sadly, this is not the first R-rated Batman movie in general. That dubious honor goes to the upcoming Ultimate Edition of Batman vs Superman on Blu-ray. Pick that up if you liked watching it in theaters. I don't know. Not
Yeah,
partic.
if
I'm not partic.
anyone liked it,
I'm not particularly interested in that.
me neither.
I've pretty much
Back
read
in
up
the day.
I've pretty much, without going into spoiler territory, I've read up on pretty much everything there is in that movie, and it just does not look good
Yeah,
at all.
that I'm just so tired of like Zack's edgelordness, basically. Zack Snyder's edgelordness, basically.
And the problem is he's trying to put it in places that don't belong.
Yeah, it's just like that, and I just don't believe that Superman should be fighting Batman. Why? I mean, I'm not
No,
gonna go into a
it
tangent about it.
understands. Yeah, but on my stance on the subject is that in the original comics, whenever Batman or Superman fought, it was a clash of ideals. Uh, the problem with Zack Snyder's interpretation of the characters is that these ideals aren't ones that they uh, openly showcase as characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I kind of wonder if he also laid down the Jesus allegories real thick in the in that in Batman v Superman.
Oh, literal Christ. Well, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Killing Joke is one of the biggest releases in the DC animated universe original movies line of films. I think we have like over 20 movies at this point, and it's been going since like 2006. So they've been pumping these out pretty fast. What's amazing about them is, even though we're getting like two movies a year, they're pretty consistent in their quality. You do have your occasional dud, but generally you got a lot of really good movies. Ones that I
You can't
really
always
enjoy off
produce
the
a
top
hit
of my
every
head.
time.
What?
You can't always hit it on the mark every time. That's what I always
Yeah,
say.
yeah, that's true. Like even Batman the animated series had its own couple duds of episodes, but
Yeah.
uh, like just off the top of my head of some of my favorite uh, DC Universe animated movies, uh, Green Lantern First Flight, Wonder Woman, Justice League New Frontier, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, uh, Justice League Doom, a lot of Justice League movies, um, Batman Year One, and Batman Under the Red Hood. There are, and a lot of other movies are really good too. Superman versus the Elite, that's another really good one.
Yeah, I've always heard those were like really those are like the ones to see. That's like Superman versus the Elite. Uh,
In my opinion, I
also
think that's the
Under the Red Hood and all that stuff. I heard those were like the must sees.
yeah. Uh, as far as animated movies of these characters go, Batman Under the Red Hood is up there with Mask of the Phantasm as quintessential Batman. And Superman versus the Elite is a perfect example of uh, showcasing how to do a Superman story, basing it around modern day issues.
And I kind of wonder if they made a serious Superman without it being like, going too much into full edgelord territory.
They didn't actually. Superman is pretty much the same optimistic character that he is in pretty much every other
Oh, so in
adaptation
the
of
anim
the
so
character.
so basically in the DC animated universe, they don't really try to do the whole, oh, let's be super serious and edgelordy and all that stuff and that kind of thing.
No,
They
they
don't.
don't. They know when to keep it light and they know when to keep it fun. They know when
Yeah,
to have a little. They know when to have a little smirk on their faces.
yeah, and I kind of
They
just
don't
wonder.
lose. They never lose the fun of these characters. In fact, on Netflix right now is a movie called Justice League War, and
Ooh, I heard that's a nice.
man that movie is funny.
I'll have to remember to check that one out.
It is. It's kind of like the Avengers, just wall to wall snark, and I love it.
Aw, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be great. Yeah, I mean, I really am looking forward to checking out Killing Joke and all that stuff because I've always heard how batshit insane it is, and I've always wanted to see it also. I mean, I know it's kind of a shitty reason to want to see it is because of the
Ah, yes,
controversy it generated.
yes.
And
The controversy we are talking about. Oh gosh.
yeah, there's
This
apparently
is
there's a rape scene in there apparently that everyone
no,
got
there's
all.
not. No, there's not. There's not.
Wait, what was up with that scene then?
Okay. Well, let me
Okay.
explain. In the Killing Joke, uh, as I stated, the Joker antagonizes the Gordon family,
Mhm.
and one of the ways he does that is that he begins by essentially crippling Barbara
Ooh.
and like shoots her in the chest, and it pretty much severs her spine. She becomes a paraplegic. And
Okay.
yeah, right. And this has become a very questionable topic, particularly as of late with certain groups of people. We will not say,
Yeah.
but it's become very divisive as of late because in a lot of subsequent Batman stories, Barbara is haunted by what happened in regards to what happened with her in the Killing Joke. Uh, like she has a fear of guns, and the Joker just scares the living piss out of her. And a lot
Right.
of people have noticed that this kind of becomes her defining trait in the rest of the DC universe post Killing Joke. Is her character is just constantly scared, and a lot of people don't like that particular um, depiction. Not even Alan Moore enjoys that particular depiction. He said that when he made Killing Joke, if he could go back and right one wrong with Killing Joke, it would be that he would give more development to Barbara and
Give her a fighting chance or something like
and
that.
show how it would more realistically uh, how she would more realistically deal with it, because we get to see how uh, the commissioner deals with it, but we don't relatively get to see how his daughter deals with it. We see her in a hospital bed, bandaged in a cast, and just clearly having PTSD from what happened.
Hmm.
And then we go on to saving the commissioner from whatever crazy shit Joker's doing. Um, Mind you, it's been a while since I've read this, but I do remember it quite well. And I did some research before the show, so my memory is a bit more fresh. So,
Um,
so apologize if there are any minor inconsistencies in what I'm saying. But one of the
uh,
ways,
wasn't there but didn't like Alan Moore also say that, they kind of wish that the editors kind of made him pull back a little bit, like on like the craziness or something like that, because didn't Al Moore also say that too, and we're thinking of something different?
I don't relatively recall that. Though Alan Moore does regret that he is listed alongside Frank Miller in pioneering what is known as the Dark Age of Comics, where everything
The
was
grim and grit,
brooding.
the grim and gritty era, basically.
Yeah, but the big difference is that Frank Miller and Alan Moore, or at least Frank Miller before he went nuts, uh, Frank Miller and Alan Moore did it with a purpose. A lot of other people just did it because it was the cool thing to do, and everyone was into that.
Yeah,
But he does definitely regret that, and Killing Joke is the main reason he regrets it, because Killing Joke is what introduced the more psychological and brooding stories into the Batman universe, as well as the rest of the DC universe. If it weren't for Killing Joke, we wouldn't have the death of Superman and other such stories.
yeah. I've always kind of figured about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because mind you, this was the first time in DC that a major character had been completely taken out of the picture. Because Barbara, while still there, and eventually uh, she eventually did gain new power for herself as the Oracle, but my knowledge on that is extremely limited.
Hmm.
And by extremely limited, I mean I know she is called the Oracle, and that is it.
What is this? Some Matrix shit?
To the tentpole DC comics, but that's where. But if it hasn't been animated or if it's not particularly important to the overall mythology, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But the misconception that the Joker assaulted Barbara is actually due to an issue in regards to how the paneling was done. A
hmm
lot of the paneling, sorry, ugh, crap, got some gas today. Ugh,
Hey, it happens, man.
ugh, garbage in, garbage out. But a lot of the paneling and sequential nature of the Killing Joke was done so that the viewer could interpret their own meaning. And the paneling and how the scene where Barbara gets crippled was done implied to the viewer that she might have gotten assaulted, but that was actually completely unintentional on Alan Moore's part, as well as artist Brian Bolland. Um, and that is where the misconception comes from. But that was never their intention. Uh,
Uh,
but Killing Joke the movie anyway. Killing Joke the movie actually plans to rectify the whole Barbara Gordon situation to a degree, in that they are. Uh, the one thing they said was that because of the Killing Joke, it's not long enough to adapt straight into an animated feature. So they had to add a 15-minute prologue to the film, one which focuses on Batgirl as a character and how she becomes more intrinsically wrapped up in this whole situation.
I got you. I got you now.
This is also notable because it is going to reportedly, Mark Hamill goes back on this constantly, but this is reportedly going to be Mark Hamill's final performance as the Joker, because he's actually said numerous times, the only way I'll come back to doing the role of the Joker is to do an adaptation of The Killing Joke. But after that, I'm done. Well, here we go.
Why is he done with the Joker? Is he just done with that character, period, or just like
Um,
just wants to
he's
move on?
felt that he loves the character, but he wants to move on to other things in his voice acting career. He doesn't
Yeah,
want to be specifically known for the Joker. He wants to branch out more.
yeah, that's
And
fair. And
and he
plus,
feel
get
and he
some
feel
regular show.
and he feels that doing the character constantly keeps the character too much in the public eye and kind of paints an image of only one kind of character that Mark Hamill can do in voice acting.
Yeah, and he has a very awesome range. Like I've heard, because I didn't know that was Mark Hamill until, like, have you ever watched a regular show by any chance?
No, I haven't. Honest to God,
Uh,
I
he
tried to watch. I tried to watch one early episode, and I'm like, this is not my thing.
he plays a character in there called Skips, and he has a voice that sounds like this, that kind of thing.
Oh my
And
God.
I did not know that was him until I looked it up.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is one of those actors that just can completely disappear into a role that he is given. He has the ability to just manipulate his voice in such a way that he completely masks himself and becomes one with the character. I uh, I adore that man from a pure professional standpoint. Like he is
Oh, me
like
too.
if I ever do get into voice acting, like he's somebody that I kind of want to not necessarily emulate, but I'm going to be using him as a bit of a template for what kind of actor I want to be.
Yeah, definitely.
He's also a magnificent screen actor, but everybody knows that already. He plays Luke's fucking Skywalker. But
Yeah, all right. I felt like, we kind of jumped ahead a little bit. Let's talk about the spring. Well, since we're an anime podcast, let's talk about some anime for a little bit, then we'll move on.
well, we needed to get the Killing Joke out of the way because the trailer got released today.
Yeah, I figured, well, let's open up with that. So,
But yeah,
I
that's the
swear
whole thing
we're an
about the kill.
anime podcast, folks.
That's the whole thing about the Killing Joke. It premieres at San Diego Comic Con this summer and will be released on DVD and Blu-ray at a later date. Look forward to that. I'm certainly going to be buying it.
Looking forward to the complaints. Why
Oh
is
boy,
it? Why are people making stuff for kids? Superheroes should be just for kids, guys.
for kids entertainment. Fuck off. But I do say that half jokingly.
Yeah.
But anyway, spring anime season.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about what I've been watching first, before we kind of get into that. Have you been watching anything besides what's going on in the spring season? Or
Uh,
just some of the
hmm,
spring season stuff, and that's it.
not in particular.
Okay, well, I've only been watching well, like I'm watching quite a few shows this spring, but I'll get into those. As far as like what I've been watching, I've been rewatching Orihime with a friend of mine, and man, the first season, I really forgot how much serious fun times that show was. It's still I still think, after 5 years, I still think the first season of Orihime holds up quite well in my opinion.
Yeah, the first season is really well done. That's actually that's the season I'm a fan of.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought it was done by A1 Pictures, but it turns out it was done by AIC Build, and I think that was like a division
Yeah,
of AIC.
A1. Yeah, A1 didn't take over animation until season two.
Yeah, and I'm on the final episode. I think it's like because my friend's gonna show me the true end. He's not gonna show me the good end. Although I could watch the good end on my own times, but yeah. Then after that, I'm going to be diving headfirst into the second season with also this friend of mine, and
Oh boy.
also yeah, and you know, I really wish I watched it when it came out. It's just that I mean, here's the thing: I didn't really buy into the stupid outrage culture and all that stuff, as far as like
Yeah.
the Orihime ending and all that stuff, because
Yeah.
it's like, if this shit in game, what, if incest in Game of Thrones can exist, and no but one complains about it, but yet when anime does it, oh no, guys, and all that stuff. I mean,
I, I think the main issue was less that there was incest at all, and more in that it had to sabotage characters in order to get the incest ending.
yeah,
Like it developed the secondary characters too much, and it kind of overshadowed the original intent.
Yeah, yeah, you basically have said to me like, off camera that that you felt like, they forced that in basically, and
Yeah.
my friend also kind of sort of feels the same way about it. I mean, from what he tells me, because I told him straight up, don't spoil it for me. I mean, I am aware how it ends, especially from all that stupid ass raid outrage culture about it. But
Mm.
but you know,
Honestly, I think the outrage was justified to a degree in regards to character development.
okay, fair enough. But
So honestly, I think
but it's also called Ore no Imoto too.
yeah, it certainly lives up to its name, that's for sure.
Yeah, as you know, okay, I'm just gonna just copy Anubis here wholesale. Hey, what did you expect from a show that is called Ore no, that is called My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute? I mean, what my friend kind of says, like I kind of asked him, and
It's kind of like that one scene from I think Two and a Half Men where no, it's Arrested Development, my bad, where a character looks inside of a bag human that says human organs, closes it and says, "I don't know what I expected."
but yeah, my friend,
You open a bag called human organs. Don't be surprised to find human organs. If you watch an anime called My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute, don't be surprised if there's incest in the end.
yeah, I mean, the reason why my friend likes it over something like, say, Kiss X Sis, he feels like, it's not as sensationalized that much. And I know it's going to be a very controversial statement because, well, what about
Okay,
Koikaze and all that stuff? But,
okay. Here's the thing. Kiss X Sis is outright porn.
oh, yeah. No,
Kiss X
actually, it's
Six.
not
I'm.
Kiss. I should correct myself, but it's not.
It's
You're not
Kiss
supposed to pronounce
Sis.
the S. It's not supposed. Yeah, just like Hunter x Hunter, basically.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's like
Fuck.
the X in Hunter x Hunter. You don't say the
Yeah,
X.
yeah. Kiss Sis is basically porn.
Yeah.
Like I will give Ori Emo this. They kept it to a PG-13.
Yeah, they didn't really like, like try to make it as etchy as possible. Yeah, there was like etchy moments, but you know what? The fan service wasn't really okay. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not that kind of person who squicks at fan service or gets, all
We
mad
yeah,
about.
we at Otaku Midnight are not prudes.
Yeah, and we're not like we're okay with Japan being Japan, basically. So,
Yeah.
but but we're safe. But we're not really going to get too much into Oriimo. That is going to be an episode that we're going to be doing in the future with that friend of mine. I'm not really ready to reveal his name because I'm not sure if he wants his name to be revealed on the show. So I mean, because I really want him here to like really talk about this because ever since I mean, okay, I won't really go too much in how sausage is made on this, but I'll just say that I've been wanting to do this episode for like ever since the first season of Otaku Midnight, basically, and we couldn't
Yeah.
really do it due to personal circumstances that I will not get into. So, but yeah, all right. So spring season. I am watching three. I'm actually watching three shows this season, and I'm going to be checking out one. I'm going to be checking out two as soon as I'm done with this show. I'm checking out My Hero Academia. Very fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the Froggy. Looking forward to the Froggy.
See you.
Yeah, Froggy. Wait, what's her name again?
See you.
Suyu. Okay,
Yeah.
Suyu. Oh man, yeah, I am really
See
looking
you. Ability frog.
frog. Special ability, Froggy. Ribbit. Okay, I'm checking out Luluco, which is actually quite fun. I'm kind of like letting it pile up a little bit, so I have a little bit more to
Here,
chew
here.
on. But Luluco is crazy. The Luluco is also very very adorable. Reminds me of Mako
Yes.
in a companion stocking sense.
Yeah, Luluko herself is just the freaking cutest fucking
It's
thing.
Mako the show.
Except that Luluko's a bit more down to earth.
Yeah, she's not like.
What is up with this precinct? This place sucks.
And I am also checking out
you're
Kisniver.
going you're going to be a space patroller. I don't wanna.
And also, I am checking out Kisniver, which is also pretty damn good. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, Kisniver, cool.
I
Yeah,
really need to check out Kiz and Ivor
yeah,
because
it's really good. The opening is pretty. I love that opening.
I understand it's like uh Imaishi Monogatari or something.
They're kinda not wrong.
Even though Imaishi has nothing to do with the show. No, they were calling it. Who's the writer? The writer.
Mari Okada.
Okada Monogatari. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Okada Monogatari.
Uh,
But
shows I will be checking out. I mean, I just need to set some time to like watch these because I've been real busy as fuck. Because that computer I've been working on is now finished. I am so happy.
and I understand it's like hella powerful.
It is very powerful.
Woohoo!
Haven't really tested it to its full ability, but
Then
I'm
there's
gonna be
my little baby over here.
yeah.
Little modest thing.
Yeah, I understand you got your computer working too. So as soon as you get
Yeah.
Steam, I'm gifting you Undertale. Just saying.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you get Steam. I'll totally gift that to you.
I actually do. I actually signed up for Steam this afternoon. So how we'll have to DM each other, figure out how to fucking
Yeah,
gift each other shit.
yeah, well, we'll exchange our Steam info and we'll go from there. All right.
Fabulous.
All right.
Because I am
So
totally up to playing Undertale.
yeah, because I know you've been kind of been real intrigued to play it now as a result.
Oh yeah.
And if you do play it in time, you could probably be on our Undertale show.
That would be fun.
Yeah, because especially since I'm going to be playing it real
I'm
soon.
I'm 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 gonna be a dick cheese and do a genocide run first.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Don't do it. Don't do it first. Do it second because
Yo!
don't do not play do not, buddy, do not. Yeah, don't play it first. Play it second. That's how you're supposed to. That's how you.
Genocide runs second. Okay.
Yeah,
Be a nice and make nice pants first. Okay.
yeah. Be it. Yeah, basically be a nice character and then go to the second part. I'm not
And
gonna.
then be a dick.
Yeah, yeah. Then you can be a dick. You can kill the goat mom. You can kill the skeletons and kill.
And have Sans troll the fuck out of you.
Get
Get
dunked
dunked on.
on. Okay. So back to anime, but I'm gonna be checking out two shows when I get the chance. Bakuan, which I heard is really, really good, and also there's some girls in there. The reason why I go check it out, there's like two girls in there I really want to see it for, and plus, it's really kind of
You
awesome.
can't watch a show just because the girls are cute.
Oh man,
Watch me, motherfucker.
how dare yeah, how dare I watch an anime for my own personal volitions? Oh man, how dare I watch an anime just because the girls are cute?
Yeah, watch me, motherfucker.
Don't believe me, just watch. Okay, anyway. Um, um, but and also another show I'm gonna be checking out also for the same reason. Kuma Shrine Girl. Oh man, that Shrine Girl. I don't know her name yet. The little shrine maiden in there. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that
she's
booty.
so adorable.
I've actually been meaning to check out. It's not anime, but it's very anime inspired. I've been really meaning to check out Star versus the Forces of Evil
Oh yeah, me too. I'm gonna be probably be.
because I saw the
Is
for
that
for one.
streaming anywhere?
Fuck, no, it's not. But the entire first season is on Amazon Video for like $30. I might
Ooh,
just get that.
okay. Alright. But
It's like, yo, my money's going to Disney. It shows that I fucking want this show.
Disney. But
Yeah, take all my money, you corporate bastards. But
but that's enough for me. So how about you, Kev? What have you been watching this season, and have you been what have been your hot takes or your thoughts on some of these shows?
been pretty busy this season actually. I need to catch up on a few shows though. Uh, I've been watching. I have been absolutely keeping up with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, because as I have stated countless times, it's my favorite part of the manga, and I am excited to see it animated. Um, and I'm glad that everyone else seems to be on board too. It gets better from this point on, folks. Just letting you know, things just get nuttier from here.
Oh, and yes, Zeke, to you and the old joke. Yes, it probably can run Crisis, probably in 4K. Yes, my computer can.
4K Ultra HD.
Yeah. Oh man, 4K. Oh man,
Let me
yawn.
tell you.
Uh,
Let me tell you. If Disney ever does jump onto that 4K Ultra HD gravy train, I'm willing to bet they're going to be releasing Force Awakens as their centerpiece.
yeah, because none of the Marvel movies are made in 4K.
Yeah, but Force Awakens was done at a 4K intermediate, so
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah.
be good.
Hopefully they did that in 8K intermediate too, so that way they can probably keep it going for like a few generations.
Yeah, but as far as the season goes, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Um, I've also been checking out the new season of Sailor Moon Crystal. I've seen episodes 1 and 2. I need to check out 3 and 4, but I am very impressed this season. Uh, I make no qualms about the fact that season 1 kind of blew ass, and I did not stick around for season 2 because it was from the same team. But
Oh, for
you know,
Sailor Moon
this
Crystal.
yeah, for Sailor Moon Crystal. So this new season, which they are calling season 3, really it's just the third arc, adapting the Deathbusters arc. This new season has been very much impressing me. One of the best things about this, though, is they managed to make it even gayer than the manga.
Hashtag make it gayer.
Sailor Moon Crystal, make it gayer. But no, seriously, I am actually really excited because, you know, it's just great that we're able to see Haruka and Michiru be a more open couple in this new version. It's just, gosh, I love it. Progressiveness, progression. But and considering Japan is a relatively conservative country in regards to sexuality like that, it's pretty impressive. But
I just don't understand, like, how they're so conservative, but like, but yet you can allow anime to be as gay as it can want, that as it can be. That's the one thing.
I think it's mostly just fantasy and stuff like that.
Eh,
They brush it off as like a adolescent fantasy and stuff like that.
yeah, fair enough.
But not getting into that sort of gender politics stuff.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
for
that
another
kind of
time. That's for another podcast, which we're not doing ever.
Yeah,
or
we're totally doing the socio-political topics podcast coming soon.
yeah, yeah, that'll be about 3 hours of fun, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But uh, but yeah, I've been very impressed with Sailor Moon Crystal. Not to mention the animation and art has greatly improved this season. It looks really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I know like people aren't. I mean,
Also, silly faces, all the silly faces.
yes, I'm so happy they brought that back. That was the one thing you
Because
know
it's
what?
like, I love my darling Minako, but she is at her best when she makes the silliest faces, and she's making her silly faces again, and I love it.
That is great.
But yeah, Sailor Moon Crystal. I have been checking out Luluco. I do need to get back to that. I have not seen episode 4 yet.
Oh, Zeke Freak says, "Oh, sure, Def Gun is stupid, but Def Busters is fine."
Zeke, you trolling bastard.
Yeah, he's like spamming up he's like shitting up our mentions basically.
But Deathbusters is fine. Deathbusters came first. Death Gun is a cheap ripoff. But
Good.
at the very least, it's not an actual. At the very least, it doesn't have something as dumb as an actual death gun.
And plus, Def Gun just like sounded like the most like Shuni Bo thing. He goes, "Here is my Death Gun."
But who are you, Death Gun? What are you going to do? I'm going to shoot you with my Death Gun. Wait,
That-
are you named after your weapon, or is your weapon named after you? Yes.
Death Gun. Oh no! Here, before rando Def Gun guy comes in again.
Oh Jesus! I remember when that
You
happened.
did
Like, wasn't that like the second episode I was on?
No, actually when I was on Baka Gaijin show for like the first episode, like before we went on the air, there was like some rando guy who had like a thing that like had a deep voice that said,
Yeah, he
"You
had a
cannot kick me."
you cannot kick me from the chat.
And we just call and ever since then we call it Rando Def Gun guy.
It's just become our little running joke. It's just so ridiculous.
Rando Def Gun guy.
But Luluco, I need to check out Kiss Neighbor. Really, really do.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
great.
I've also been checking out the Ace Attorney anime, and
What is your
uh,
what is your thoughts on it? Because I know like there's been like a lot of people are saying, it kind of
at,
sucks.
at least it's faithful to the game. It is really not very well directed.
Oh, that's a
The
shame.
animation is kind of iffy. The voice acting's good, but then again, professional anime voice actors. Uh, Honestly, the main issue is that it tries too hard to be close to the game. It it's just a very
Like it
very
prioritizes that over making an actually good show for everyone, that kind of thing.
yeah. Honestly, it's like I was really expecting more from this, especially considering it came from the same team as Space Brothers. So I'm just disappointed. I'm just really disappointed. I'm still gonna watch it as long as I can bear, but I'm probably gonna drop it in the next few episodes. I'm at least going to watch it up to, or at least I'm gonna try to watch it up to the end of the DL6 arc, but I'm not expecting a whole lot. Aside from that, aside from that, I have also been watching My Hero Academia. Was able to catch up with that yesterday, and gosh, this is a good show. It's pretty much, I would say it's this year's One Punch Man, but we have Mob Psycho 100 coming out in July.
Yeah, so get ready, One Punch fans.
I know it's gonna be so good. One of the best things about Mob
I'm gonna
Psycho
be checking
100,
out One Punch Man very soon, but right now I'm kind of just like, I'll
probably
wait.
probably the best thing about Mob Psycho 100 is that they don't even have a really well drawn remake manga to go by. Like they're going by one's original shitty drawings, and it's an accurate representation of that. But it looks good. It looks good. They make it look good.
Uh,
It's still Sakuga up the ass, but
Sakuga up the ass. Sakuga up the ass.
Sakuga up the ass. Quote, see Charmander K 2016.
Sakuga
Uh,
up the ass.
Original quote, do not steal. Uh,
Yes, Zeke. People have watched Space Brothers. See Meowth 900. Shout out Meowth 900 if you're watching.
that's Allison, right?
Yep, Allison.
Nailed it.
And to Jekyll
Love you, Allison.
and to Jekyll Geek. No, I haven't seen Gurren Lagann in like about a year and a half ever since the Toonami run was over. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Fuck, that is one of my favorite That was one of my favorite anime, though.
Row, row, fight the power.
Oh
That
my god.
that song does get me pumped though.
Oh my
Like
god. How did?
there's a few songs from Gurren Lagann that actually get me pumped.
Yeah, Liberami from Hell is like one of the best ones.
Like there's just certain songs from Gurren Lagann that just make for perfect motivation music, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, aside from that, I do need to check out Kisniver, and that is pretty much it. It's about it for what I definitely a lot more than I was last season. I was just barely staying on for a race last season. Like, man, last season was a
What you think
fucking
of the
bust.
race? What's your like your quick take on it? I personally liked it. I didn't mind the ending.
Yeah, the ending could have been a lot better,
Yeah,
but considering all the developments that they made earlier, it was setting up for it very clearly, so I can't complain about it too much. It was a decent show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 7.5 or an 8. The first half of the show is a hell of a lot better than the second half, though.
yeah, it definitely could have been. It definitely could have
Like the
gone.
first half, like the first half was just pure build up, and it was some friggin' nice build up. You there?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, that's basically been our takes on what. But yeah, I can't wait to see what the spring season's going to give us. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty decent season. I'm really looking
Honestly,
forward to next season actually, because there's like this new Kirara series I've been wanting to see animated for a while. It's called New Game, which looks really cute, by the way.
oh crap.
Yeah,
Speaking of stuff coming out very soon, Cardcaptor Sakura is getting a sequel manga.
yeah. I'm
Shit.
shit,
I,
man.
I I read all of the original manga. I am down for this.
Me too. I mean, I'm definitely down for it, but I'm definitely not looking forward if it gets animated though.
Yeah, yeah,
What do you
I
what do you
guess.
think? I mean, I gotta ask, how do you think a digitally animated Cardcaptor Sakura would look like? What do you think it would
I'm
look?
sure it would look. I'm thinking it would probably be comparable to how Slayer's Revolution looked, and Slayer's Revolution looked good.
Yeah, because it's like I just kind of feel like the aesthetic of Cardcaptor Sakura. I feel like could they really get that style again for like it I mean that is if like, the original character designer is still around and all that stuff. If he's still
Yeah,
if they're
I'm
still
sure they can. I'm sure they can.
Yeah, because it's
It's just yeah, that original anime has such iconic visuals.
yeah, that's the reason why I feel like could they emulate that in digital basically. Because I mean I know digital animation has gotten like way better over the past 10 years, even like making it even prettier than like old cell animation and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Although I will admit, cell animation looks awesome in HD. I will say it's definitely, especially with remastered cell animation and all that stuff.
oh yeah. By the way, in regards to like Western cell animation, get Land Before Time on Blu-ray, please.
What is that? Is that like a really good transfer?
Yeah, it's a really good transfer.
I'll definitely have to check that out, considering I was
You can get
never.
it for like you can get it for like $10 at Walmart.
All right, I'll definitely remember to check that out. Uh, nope. He watched Space Brothers. Uh, but
Zeke, don't be a troll.
yeah.
You're not being the person Mr. Rogers said you could be.
Oh yeah. All right. So there was a topic that Kevin actually. Okay, so next we're gonna move into the next topic. Kevin, you had a topic about basically animation for adults, that kind of thing. That was we were supposed to, the Killing Joke was supposed to kind of segue into that, but I kind of did it all out of order. So
Ah, whoops. Um,
We're tired, Sue. We're tired, Sue
what
us.
the hell? PC is offline. Give me a sec. Uh,
What? Technical difficulties.
yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it looks like the internet is down on my laptop right now. I want to open up Twitter on my laptop, but I kind of fucking can't.
Oh, by the way, as far as like, oh yeah, thanks, Zeke. I meant to bring it up, I forgot. Thanks. Uh, by the way, Funimation has just put up all of Yu Yu Hakusho subbed and dubbed up for free, basically. On
On
I
their website, go
on their,
motherfucking watch it.
go watch it. It's I haven't I've heard that the Blu-ray transfer is quite beautiful and all that stuff. So I'll definitely remember to if I ever feel nostalgic, I'm definitely going to be watching some Yu Yu Hakusho.
I think it's currently available. I think like the entire series is currently available on Funimation's website for under $80. So hey,
Just do it.
do it! Oh gosh, that echoed. But yeah,
Oh, Fuyu Zeke. Any, anyway, but you know, so yeah, adult animation. I'll let you start off first on this one, uh, Kevin.
what was the exact? Uh,
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about like, you know, how you feel that adult animation should probably go, that kind of thing.
uh, Jeez, give me a sec. Let me go back to the DM that I sent you because I just remembered my tablet can do this too. I'm gonna have to turn my laptop off for a second. Oh shit. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Apologies, technical difficulties. Please stand by, I guess. Motherfuck. Okay. Uh, R-rated animation. Um, with stuff like Deadpool and Killing Joke, uh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Just making sure I didn't fall off the face of the internet.
No, you're here.
Uh, with stuff like Killing Joke and Deadpool coming around, the R rating, particularly this actually began with Deadpool in that the R rating is becoming profitable again. Like big money is able to be spent and big money is able to be gotten back in regards to R-rated blockbuster films. And the Killing Joke should set a precedent, hopefully, for animation that is aimed towards a more mature audience, but isn't something like Sausage Party.
Yeah, you know, I want to talk about this. It's just like if there's one thing I'm kind of tired of as far as like like Western animation and all that stuff is like, okay, I want Western animation. I definitely want Western animation that panders like to adult sensibility. Not okay, pander. That's a bad word. Sorry. That was shitty.
Appeal.
Like appeal. Okay, thank you.
Get it
um,
right.
that appeals like to our adult senses because it's like I'm so fucking done with like, you know, Family Guy, Simpsons, and you know, not to disparage any of those shows, it's like, you know, we're I'm just personally kind of done with comedy animation. I kind of want to see dramatic animation, kind of like what Japan is doing, that kind of thing. I just want to see more stuff like what Japan is doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because
And, a lot of people would probably point towards Family Guy and Futurama doing dramatic episodes. But the thing is,
yeah, but I
particularly in
want a
regards to
dramatic series,
no,
not
but here's the thing, particularly in regards to Family Guy, um, these series are Family Guy does not do drama very well, or at least not anymore. And here's the thing, because it's primarily a comedy series, whenever the drama doesn't work, we can fall back on it's a comedy, you're not supposed to take it seriously. Like that becomes a crutch to fall back on whenever Family Guy doesn't work. This is actually something that's been explored constantly by a cartoon reviewer that I am a big fan of called the Mysterious Mr. Enter. He runs a series called Animated Atrocities, and Family Guy is one of his regulars on the show. Uh, and he constantly hammers home the point that uh, comedy animation, particularly Family Guy, when it does drama well, but when it doesn't do drama well, it can be you can just fall back on, oh, it's a comedy, you're not supposed to take it
Hey, Lois
seriously.
farted. Hey, Lois farted. Hey, Lois farted. Anyway.
Yeah, you can just fall back on that. But the problem is that diminishes the message that's trying to be sent, and it just gives the impression that in animation you can just do whatever the hell you want and no one will care. You don't even have to care; people will just eat it up and give excuses. And honestly, I want that to stop. I
I
want,
agree. Yeah.
honestly, I'm not saying that I want comedy animation to stop completely,
No,
but
no,
I
no.
want comedy animation to stop doing drama poorly. At the very least, keep to the niche you know you're good at, or at the very least, the niche that people are willing to accept.
Can I just say something? I think it's kind of sad when like a kid's cartoon is like bringing over some of that is kind of like catering to adult sensibilities very well.
Yeah, that's the
An
thing. Stuff
example like Steven Universe, for instance.
Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Starverses, and Adventure Time are all different shows that cater towards an older audience,
While
particularly
still
in
appealing
regard
to do. Yeah.
and particularly in regards to stuff like Starverses and Steven Universe. They have overarching dramatic stories that, and especially Gravity Falls, which is a mystery show. Um, they are they have these overarching plot lines that have captivated an adult audience that are looking for something more than just Family Guy in their traditional animation on television. Like it's kind of sad when adult animation treats the audience like children and family animation treats the audience like adults.
That's
That,
kind
that
that,
that's
that is
that's
so
that's that
bad.
that is extremely backwards. I mean, shouldn't honestly, I think adult animation can learn a lot from family animation, such as Star versus Gravity Falls and Steven Universe, in uh, including these overarching stories and dramatic content to more readily engage the viewer. And
Yeah,
admittedly, admittedly, the big issue with a lot of studios is that this doesn't make for good reruns. These shows that are serialized like Gravity Falls are not intended for reruns.
yeah,
And if
it's
you
like
do
it's pretty much
and
really disposable, kind of sadly. I mean,
it's
I
actually very clearly a trend that people will not tune into a serialized show as often as they will reruns of a comedy show, because
Yeah,
with
because you don't really
a
want to rewatch something dramatic right away.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, there's some
but
dramatic
but at
shows,
the same
have
but at
like
the same time you'll totally go back and laugh at the same jokes that you thought
yeah,
were funny the first time.
yeah,
Like I have seen Robot Chicken seasons 1 and 2 how many times?
yeah.
Like I
Um,
love personally speaking, I love Robot Chicken.
Zeke from Twitter says it's amazing how you have more freedom in quote unquote children's animation than you do in adult animation. Yeah, it is kind of ironic.
Yeah, amazing. Because I've actually noticed that, particularly in regards to, um, this is actually something that was brought up recently by Craig McCracken on Tumblr. He does have a Tumblr, Crack McCragen.
Reagan. Never
he's
change.
he's he's a doof. Craig's a duke. Craig's a doof. But
I know,
Craig McCracken actually posted a text post on Tumblr that spoke about how when he was doing Powerpuff Girls the movie, there was a bit of a split between being a serious film and being a comedy film. Initially, when he went to Cartoon Network executives to do Powerpuff Girls, the executives told him he initially wanted the movie to be a straightforward comedy, much like many of the TV episodes, but the creators, sorry, the executives at Cartoon Network at the time said, make a movie, and these are Craig's own words. They said, make a movie that you would make for a 25-year-old male.
yeah, for 25-year-old dude, which I
Basically
thought was like really wild. I was like,
yeah,
what?
aim the movie at yourself. Aim the movie at yourself. So he created a film that would more likely skew towards an adult demographic. And at the time, mind you, this is like
I have to
2002.
ask, would it be like Whoop Ass Stew the movie? Because that's what the original Powerpuff Girls was called, Whoop Ass Stew.
Yeah, might have been. But no, they made the movie we actually got. And mind you, this was back in 2002, and this was around the same time that Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Samurai Jack were coming out. These were animated series that were more readily aimed at a mature audience, but were still playing as family programs.
Oh,
And which is actually one of the reasons why Samurai Jack is coming back on Adult Swim. It's because it was originally intended for adults.
also, Time Enforcer Anubis brings up a really good point. Part of it is cultural. Adults who take animation seriously are weird here. And Zeke also says American TV is made for syndication, while Japanese TV is made for serialization. That's where the difference lies, which is yeah, understandable. Yeah, that's the reason why you rarely hear about reruns on TV over there and all that stuff.
Yeah, when something reruns over there, it's like it's because the ratings were really high on the premiere run, and they're giving it another rel.
Because I know Shirobako is re-airing over there. By the way, coming
Yeah,
soon.
Shirobako did some
Yeah,
did,
bombastic
yeah,
numbers. Yeah.
but yeah, rebroadcasts over in Japan are rare, whereas here it's the norm. Honestly, a Japanese TV executive would look at what's going on here, and it's like, man, Americans are friggin' weird.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Like,
surprise me.
why would you want to watch the same thing over and over for a week?
I would. This is, and it's funny how people say. I mean, I know, like the rhetoric behind reruns is basically, to quote NBC, it's basically, well, if you haven't already seen it, well, it's new to you, basically.
Yeah, this is actually something that Nickelodeon used to very, very clearly work on back in the 90s. When The Angry Beavers was being produced, they actually recorded an episode called Bye Bye Beavers, which directly referenced the fact that the show was getting canned after 65 episodes, and which
Man,
is
that would be
just enough for syndication. Um, they they recorded the episode Bye Bye Beavers, and give me a sec. Give me a sec. Hold on. Sorry.
sad. Tell
but
them you're recording a show.
I did. I did. I just opened the window and it's like, I'm recording a show. Shut up. But
Go
the
on.
family. Hey, you don't even live in the same house. But I have my mom and my sister as a neighbor. But where was I? Oh yeah, the episode Bye Bye Beavers was recorded, and when they recorded it, It made direct reference to the fact that it was ending. And one of the funniest bits of that was actually the characters referred to each other as the names of the actors.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
uh, Charlie Adler and Andrew Horowitz, um, which was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, and when Nickelodeon got the word that they had made this episode, they were none too happy because, according to them, uh, a very, very specific rule that a show could not reference the fact that it was ending because that would not rerun very well. Um, like the intent was so that a show could run over and over and over and over and over and over, and there would always be people coming in seeing it for the first time, and it's like, hey, maybe this is a new episode that I haven't seen. It would always be new to them. But if there's a definitive final episode and that's thrown in the mix, it just throws a wrench into the works.
Yeah,
So
that could make the ratings kind of go down for probably that
yeah,
particular episode, or probably for
yeah.
like
But of
or
course, but of course, at the same time, this was the pre-internet era, and obviously, we have ways of figuring out which episodes are airing now. So we don't really have the whole. Um, we don't really have that in effect now because, particularly Nickelodeon, because shows like iCarly have had definitive final episodes and have been very heavily built up as such. Jimmy Neutron had a final episode. Just a lot of shows had definitive endings.
uh-huh. Yeah, definitely.
So clearly, Nick has dropped that whole thing.
90s Nick
And
wasn't always perfect.
90s TV in general wasn't always perfect.
Yep.
But jeez, sorry, my family threw me off. Uh,
Dang it, Bobby.
I was going somewhere with this fucking tangent. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, but it's always been an issue with television that they always want to make something for syndication, and as such, uh, a non-serialized show is the best way to go. Something that's episodic, or that's not the right term. You
Yeah,
know what I mean. You know what I mean.
yeah,
But
I get what you mean.
something that's not serialized is the best way to do something for syndication. And whenever something is done on syndication that is serialized, it's the exception rather than the rule. Like even back in 1985, when Robotech was released, that was very heavily serialized, and that caused a lot of problems for stations that would just normally air the episodes completely out of order as they got them. But in regards to Robotech, they needed to air it in order because, otherwise the viewers would be lost and the ratings would tank and yada blah blah.
Yeah, you can't
It
really.
wasn't something like Voltron or Transformers where you could tune in one week, skip it the next week, and then tune in the next time and miss utterly nothing.
Yeah, or even Power Rangers, where it's basically just rinse and repeat, basically.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Not
Yeah,
dissing Power Rangers, by the way.
not at all. I will totally admit that multiple seasons of Power Rangers, particularly the first few, are not very serialized. There are later seasons that are more heavily serialized, like Lost Galaxy, Time Force, and the currently airing Dino Charge. But generally, it's very episodic. Fuck, not the right word. Not serialized.
Quack.
My brain is quack. Quack. But but yeah, it's always been an issue, and honestly, I don't see the issue going away anytime soon.
Yeah, I
Eh,
mean, it's a shame that, we don't really have like, I mean, I really hope, with, kids growing up with Steven Universe and all that stuff. I really hope,
it can grow into like maybe in the next 20 years we'll see more quote unquote animation for adults that's not a fucking comedy or anything like that.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Yeah, that's because I'm a little bit away, but yeah, basically, that's just I just want to see, animation not be pigeonholed and all. So I think that's kind of the sad thing about animation here is that it's been pigeonholed into either a kid's medium or just like, hey guys, adult jokes and racial slurs and all that stuff. And
There,
you
there are
looking at
multiple
you, what's that? What's that adult CG movie again that's coming out soon?
sausage party.
Yeah, and it has like a real terrible joke in there.
Um, one a real terrible joke. How about the entire movie is a real terrible joke?
True.
But but yeah, and this isn't just us who are complaining about this. There are people like Ralph Bakshi and uh, John Cristofalusi who are really upset that adult animation has been so pigeonholed now into everything is South Park or everything is
Every
Family Guy.
or everything is heavy metal. Well, not so much heavy metal, but that was back in the
Yeah,
80s.
though admittedly, both John Kay and Bakshi cut their teeth on that material. Um,
Well, yeah,
admittedly, they
considering
want admittedly they want to do more serialized, serious stories. They want to do material that they can, really develop over time. But unfortunately, a lot of companies really don't want that. And at the same time, they're also constantly interfering, saying in many shows, particularly in adult shows, they're constantly interfering, saying you can't do that.
you can't do
That's
that.
not what the chart says you should do. There are always these charts and graphs and these
And focus groups and all that stuff.
focus groups. Lord, that is the death knell for a creator.
Yeah, fuck focus groups and all that stuff. Oh, we did well focus groups.
Yeah, like though admittedly, Bruce Timm, who is doing the DC animated movies and was behind stuff like Green Lantern the animated series, uh, did say
Oh,
that
Zeke is
did
challenging you. Zeke is challenging you. He's saying, I thought you said that Sausage Party could be good. I have the text message to prove it, liar.
motherfucker, don't. It could have been good up until I read that piece of the script where they have a friggin' hot dog orgy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, thank you for whoever leaked that script. I will never watch that movie now. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for about 100,000 other people.
Don't
Eh,
watch Sausage Party.
boycott sausage party.
Hashtag
But
boycotts.
uh,
Do what you want. Yeah.
but yeah, adult animation does need a revolution of some kind, something to really break it out of the current mold of everything is Family Guy.
Yeah, everything is Family Guy, South Park, that kind of thing.
But you know, until until the networks get their heads out of their collective ass, we can't really do anything about it. And we just kind of have to sit here with our thumbs in our asses watching kids' cartoons and making excuses.
Yeah, it's like what are you watching, Steve Universe? No, this is something else, man. This
There's
is
actually a hell. It's so much of a widespread problem that there's actually a joke about it in Gravity Falls, where a character complains about why are you watching this show for kids, and the other character responds, I'll have you know. I'll have you know it's a very intelligent show and has an overarching mystery plot that goes over kids' heads. It was basically talking about itself.
wow, breaking the fourth wall. I kind of wonder that's why Alex Hirsch kind of like isn't like Alex Hirsch going to be like moving on to like doing something a bit more like an adult series or something like that on Fox or something like that.
Yeah, he's moving to Fox to do an adult series. Hopefully, hopefully Alex Hirsch is able to be one of these people who's able to start something within the adult animation industry and create something that is more catering towards an adult audience that doesn't go with haha you said penis and doesn't have to go the route of being comedy, and whenever the drama doesn't work you can just fall back on it's just a comedy, you're not supposed to take it seriously. That's really the biggest issue here. You there?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm pretty much done.
Okay. So yeah, yeah, that's one thing I do hope for that. As far as like Alex Hirsch going into that, yeah, I wish him all the best of luck. And now that Gravity Falls is over, I need to really sit down and really marathon that because man, like the long ass breaks between episodes really made me lose interest.
I'm really not a fan of the bomb format.
Oh, as far as for Steven Universe, yeah, yeah,
Well,
that.
Gravity Falls had a bit of the same thing too.
Oh, it had a bomb. Oh, it also had a bomb format.
A relative bomb format. It still had it weekly, but it still had the long hiatuses.
What? I don't know, dude. Siegfried says, going from Disney to Fox. Wow, Hirsch did not deserve that demotion. Let's not.
Mind you all, Zeke is a fan of Gravity Falls, so
Yeah,
this
yeah,
this guy knows what he's talking about.
yeah, pretty much. Did you say you had some other topics you wanted to talk about?
Not in particular, no.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that pretty much does it for us for this Otaku Midnight.
In closing, regarding the animation thing, it will change. I have faith that it will change. There are going to be people in the adult animation who are going to make the change. Problem is, they're fighting an uphill battle. They
I
got to
think
go against focus groups, test groups, charts, graphs, all
executive.
this executives, overall stigma regarding the medium. But they're going to be fighting it a long time. I don't know when I don't know when adult animation is going to change and get better, but I'm positive it will. There are people in the industry who are more than willing. They just don't really, they just haven't really been given the chance because of everything that I've said. And that sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. Probably do it for us, unless if you had some additional things that you could think of.
I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of Otaku Midnight second season.
That was shorter than our usual episodes.
Yeah, it was short, but it was short, and
As short as 2 hours can be.
yeah, we're actually sitting at where are we sitting at? Yeah, we're at like wow, we're at 90 minutes. But yeah, it's a little short this time, but next time we'll have something a little bit more in depth. We
Hopefully.
for probably next time we probably might talk like about Castle of Cagliostro because I'm going to be watching. We wanted to do it for this episode, but I kind of wanted to like wait. We'll probably do that again next time.
All right, yeah. I need to watch that movie again anyway.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, buy the Blu-ray from Discotech. Not sponsored. So
Not sponsored. We just really, really like it. All
yeah.
right. Well
All
then.
right. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us. And as always, you can reach us at otakumidnight@gmail.com. That is otakumidnight@gmail.com. As always, you can follow us on Twitter. That's Cube the Third. That's spelled KYUUBETHE 3RD. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for us. Yeah, as always, you can catch Kevin on Twitter at CCharmanderK and all that stuff. You can read all of his musing, shit posts, and the like, and all that stuff.
And believe
So,
me, I do a lot of shit posts.
all right. Well, that's going to do it for us. And even though we have a short episode every time we say it, This is Otaku Midnight.